My name is Terrence Bohr, and I will be presenting to you an internal analysis on Ford Motors. Overview of what I'm going to talk about. I'll start a little bit about Ford itself, then go over its core competencies, intended, emergent, and realized strategies, the SWOT analysis, tangible and intangible resources, capabilities, and last of all, its value chain. So first off, Ford is a company that creates cars and trucks, in case you were unaware. So the company itself says they go further in making any better car they can. They make happier employees and strive to make the planet a better place to live. Their vision itself is people working together is a lean global enterprise to make people's lives better through automotive and mobility leadership. Provide employee pension plans, have record profit sharing contributions, and in the last year have doubled their shareholder dividend. Core competencies: quality. Quality is a daily priority, and they strive to increase customer satisfaction. Safety. They strive to implement innovations in any further technology that can help the safety of customers and their families. Green. They strive to reduce CO2 emissions, and sustainability is the most important part to their business. And smart. Innovation is the core of the company. Whatever they can do to succeed, they will do. Intended strategy. The intended strategy of Ford is that they are trusted to keep up with all core competencies and values they provide. Their strategy in government states that they are trusted by investors and other stakeholders to operate responsibility and transparently, living our promise, go further the right way. Emergent strategy. The emergent strategy has clear policies and strategies for creating value. They continually improve their performance through research and new machinery and technology. They address a wide range of social, economic, and environmental challenges. And they state that they keep practices under constant review to reflect global best practice, which they have been named in the top 20 every year since 2000. Realized strategy. The realized strategy are ethics and compliance are the foundation of all their activities. They enhance and transforms how consumers interact with Ford, whether that be at dealerships or manufacturers themselves. And they also manage the sustainability across the business, again, whether that be through dealerships or office buildings or their factories. They state commitment to having a positive impact on the world while remaining a successful business. The SWOT analysis, I'll start out with their strengths. One of the biggest strengths of Ford is they're one of the world's most ethical companies, which has been voted in for the past 8 years. They're known for promoting their human rights. They follow something called the UN Guiding Principles Reporting Framework, which basically tells them the responsibility and demonstrate how they are meeting that. And last of all, engaging with stakeholders to understand key issues. They have ongoing engagement with all of their stakeholders and prioritize the sustainability issues over other smaller issues that may affect the company. Weaknesses: carbon footprint and fuel economy. Their biggest known thing are Ford trucks, which, as you know, create more emission than any small car would. Customer satisfaction. People don't want to spend more money for less product. They need to continue to make products directed towards the customer themselves. Yes, they make Fords for people who live on farms or need to haul, but also need to appeal to the people that travel over an hour to work every day and don't want a truck that costs that much. Also, building and management performance. Keep the people in line with the machinery and also incorporate everybody into the makings of everything and keep the factories running to their fullest potential, whether that be to upgrade their machinery or their anything really. Opportunities. Ford has such a great opportunity to help impact climate control. They say on many pages of their website, their pledge to do our part remains the same. We're focused on reducing greenhouse emissions in our operations and products today and in the future. They partner with their suppliers, so for creating a truck or a car, they must rely on hundreds of thousands of suppliers for the materials, whether that be rubber or metal for their engine or anything. And there's over 10 tiers from creating, basically starting from nothing to getting your finished car, which all need to work in compliance with each other. Long-term relationships help to meet those standards and keep everything running fluidly. Some threats. Biggest threat for Ford would be other car companies equaling their price and sustainability. Some would be GMC or Chevrolet. They're both competing to look/achieve Ford's goal for a more affordable price. Also, Ford is starting this, but not fully there yet, electric cars. Companies are turning to electric cars to take out the gas. So electricity is a more reliable source and it will always be there. Some tangible resources of Ford would be their factories, their dealerships, their testing land, and their vehicles, all needed and all there as bases. Intangible resources. Their employee experience. Nothing can beat the way Ford handles their employees. They employ more hourly workers than any other automaker company in the United States. Also some patents and supplier diversity and investments in technology and innovations, things that other companies can't take. Capabilities, things Ford has wide help to do and things that they can achieve would be CO2 emissions. They are working so hard to achieve everything they possibly can to make the world a better place. Waste reduction, again, the economy is the biggest thing, making it so that we are doing less damage to the world. Again, environmental impact. Global mobility, similar. And creating an organization that drives the learning and teaching. They have HR teams that are actually designed and put together just to decide what makes a better employee and what makes them happy. So the value chain, product design, addressing different impacts and their innovation and engineering. When things are created, they're going to do whatever they can to change that. Raw material extraction, whether that be from human rights, value creation, or just the supply chain in general. Logistics and transportation, fuel use and emissions, which I talked about earlier, and again the supply chain management, how to keep everything going, and the logistics of moving it from one factory to the next factory to be created. Sales and services, social and environmental responsibilities that they have, local employment, and recycling used parts. So when it comes to sales, they recycle those and sell them as individual parts instead of the whole vehicle. And vehicles in use, the product carbon footprint, which I talked about earlier, their use and emissions and everything like that, and last of all, air quality. So this would be my works cited. They have their own page on their report for the year, so I'm based off of that. So thank you.